under $40 but doesn't look like it. That's the theme today because I have some amazing holiday and winter fashion to share with you that doesn't break the bank, but you'll feel like $1 million. Most all of the pieces are under $40 and some of them genuinely surprised me in the best way. So I can't wait to get into it. Everything as usual, including all of my sizes, will be down in the description box, pinned to the first comment, and in the YouTube shopping links. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're starting off with a true holiday party dress. This one was a pleasant surprise both in fit and style. On the website it looks very shiny, very kind of overly metallic, and not in the best way. So when I got this, the metallic is much more muted. It is soft, but it's structured, but it's not too flimsy. It has a little bit of structure to it. I really like the length on this one. It's very flattering for petites. It's not too long and it's not too short. The top of the dress is more fitted down to the waist, and then it just skims over your hips and thighs without clinging. Now I did pair this one with tights. I think this needs some tights, especially in the winter time. So I paired a very light colored tight with this, along with a pair of black kitten heels with a very subtle bow on the top, and you're gonna see these pop up in a few other outfits. The shoes are also from Walmart, but I was so pleasantly surprised because on the website this looks very shiny, almost like tinfoil, but it is much more soft and muted in person. So I was really pleasantly surprised. The fit is really good. I can see wearing this to holiday parties, cocktail events, or even a very dressy dinner. So I think this is a great one that could serve many of those purposes. In the next look, I paired that same dress and I added this faux fur. This one is really a statement piece. So you've got the same dress, but a completely different energy with that faux fur. It instantly takes it from cocktail party to a more fancy evening out. This is from the Sofia Vergara line, and she calls it a chubby faux fur, and it is pretty thick. It's substantial, but it is definitely a statement piece for sure, and it works so well with the metallic dress, even though they're both kind of loud pieces. I think for the holidays you can get away with that, and I really like the two paired together. And if you're in a colder weather environment, you're going to need something like this since that dress is sleeveless. So this is a great outfit at reasonable prices if you have some kind of event coming up. I love this faux fur. You're going to see it pop up in a few more outfits as we get into it. The next look is one of my favorite alternatives to wearing a dress, and that is this mini skirt. It has some crystal embellishments all over the skirt, over this satin, and it's so pretty in person. I really love this skirt. So it gives it some sparkle and some festiveness without being over the top. Then I paired it with just a simple structured white button up. I like the mix of the two, kind of structured on top and kind of festive on the bottom, and this is perfect if you're somebody who prefers separates instead of a dress. So I kept with the sheer tights and the same shoes and a clutch. These clutches are so good. I have two that are from Jessica McClintock, I believe is what it's called. These are so pretty. They do not break the bank, and they are such a fun festive element to any outfit, especially during the holidays. So you'll see these throughout some of these outfits, along with another one that I'll show you in a minute. But again, just added the tights for the warmth and dimension, and so this is just another great look. This one is festive with a little bit of structure. I love it. I think it's the perfect mix. And again, perfect for those evenings out. Now I want to show you this outfit with that faux fur added on top. It is just, like I said, this faux fur is such a statement piece, and it really looks great paired with that skirt. It definitely gives it that festive vibe, a little bit more elevated, very winter appropriate, again, depending on where you live. I'm sure most of us need some sort of jacket right now, but the jacket really does the heavy lifting in the outfit. If you want a longer dress, a longer silhouette, this next one is really perfect and also very comfortable. It has the beading, which gives it some sparkle, but it's not too flashy. It's just enough of that festive element in the dress. This midi length works really well on petites. If you're new here, I'm 5 feet tall, so this will give you some sort of reference on how this may look on you, but this length works really well. And I added some gold heels, even though the embellishments are more of a crystal. I know silver would look great with this as well, but I added the gold just for something different, and I think it just completes the outfit, makes it look very festive. So this would be very appropriate for any event that you have, whether it's holiday holiday dinners or winter weddings or any festive event. This next one I couldn't resist, and I have seen other content creators in this dress and I just absolutely love it. I couldn't resist when I saw it on the website. So this is by far the most playful party dress in this video, and it's more of a taffeta material and it has some structure to it. I think it definitely looks more expensive than it actually is, and I like the mini length. Again, kept the sheer tights on underneath, but this is a great party dress. I love it. Maybe for New Year's Eve, this would be the dress you want. This one is limited in sizes, at least it was when I picked it up, so I don't know how many sizes they have left, but I had to share it because if you can pick this one up, grab it. It's a really good one and it is so fun and it's such a great length. You see where it hits me on my 5-foot frame. Love this dress. It did come in pink too, but I don't know if they have that pink still available, but I love the black for winter. The next one is a little bit more of a traditional, maybe holiday outfit. It's this red midi skirt, and I paired this again. I felt like the skirt it's so voluptuous that I felt like it needed something very structured on top, especially if you're shorter like I am. So, and I do think that this skirt needs some heels to it. When I was just standing in my bare feet, it really looked like it was swallowing me. I didn't know if it would work, but when I added the structure on top and then I added some heels, I think it definitely works. It is very voluminous. It does have a high waist on it, so you can see how that works, especially with that structured top, but it is a great festive skirt. I kind of felt like Mrs. Claus in this though, I have to admit. I felt like I should have my hair up in a bun with some little reading glasses, but it's so fun. And if you're taller than I am, this will work even better for you. But if you're my height, this is still gonna work. I just think you might need to add some heels. And then to give this a little bit of a different look, I threw this Fair Isle sweater over my shoulders, and I think it's doable. It might be a little bit too much if you're around my height because it's just kind of drowning in all of the fabric, but it's definitely doable. At the holidays, I think we can get away with a little bit of extra because why not? We don't get to do that much the rest of the year. So I do think it works. I can definitely see some occasions when this red skirt would really be appropriate, and it's super cute. All right, but we're gonna move into some more casual, maybe a little bit more of my vibe. It's more casual. So in the next look is that same red Fair Isle sweater cardigan that I had on over the skirt, but I paired it with some super dark jeans, and this is my cozy but still festive holiday look. The sweater is not overly holiday, so that you can continue to wear this throughout the winter months. The look is definitely more my style, and it's festive without screaming holiday. It's a very classic cardigan. I do love the gold buttons on it, and it's not bulky. The length of it works for petites, and I think it looks particularly nice with a dark denim, especially if you have an event to go to. And then I paired it with this Steve Madden gold bag. I really like this bag. Again, another bag that doesn't break the bank, but it really adds a little pizzazz to the outfit. Love this. I think this is a great outfit. I love the cardigan, and this cardigan can go with so many other things in your closet. The Fair Isle design is black in there, so you can pair easily with black pants, black skirts. You get the picture, but it is a really great sweater. All right, look number 9 is another more casual, up my street kind of outfit. This one's a little bit more neutral, a little bit more calmer than all the reds and sparkle that we've been seeing. So this is another Fair Isle cardigan. This one's in navy, which is my favorite color. I love it. It's still festive, it's still holiday, but it's not, you know, Santa Claus in your face. And again, paired with a relaxed straight jean and same shoes in the bag, just a totally different mood. I really love the gold buttons on both of these cardigans. I think it just adds a warmth to the entire look. But this is super appropriate for work, for events, for a dinner. This is a sweater that you'll be able to wear throughout the rest of the winter. The next look, I had to pair that faux fur with another outfit. I wanted to kind of see how this would look with a more casual outfit versus all of the dresses and the sparkle, and I really love this, I have to admit. So I just paired the faux fur with some black ponte pants. The jacket is definitely the star of the show, and it's meant to be, right? It is definitely be a statement piece. But I think if you keep something structured or fitted on top, so even though I have the black ponte pants here, I think this could easily go with jeans for a very even more casual outfit. I think there's a lot you can actually do with it. So that's kind of the nice versatility of that faux fur that doesn't break the bank, is that you can take it from jeans, casual, all the way up to more dressy, and it just definitely works. I'm curious how many of you have multiple holiday events still on your calendar heading towards Christmas. Let me know down in the comments, especially if you're somebody who's got like 1, 2, 3, 4 events that you're trying to plan for. I'm super curious because I get very stressed out when I start trying to plan outfits for any holiday. Actually, let's just say any event, I get stressed out, but especially at the holidays, there's so much pressure to, you know, pick out what you're gonna wear, and on top of all of the other things that are going on, you know, during the holidays. So let me know if you have multiple events yet still to attend throughout Christmas. Okay, everything again is linked below in all of the usual places. Leave me a comment down below and let me know about your holiday events coming up. And thank you so much for being here. I'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button and hit the like if you got value out of this content. Hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.